Hey everyone, Rarity Dash here, time for another Patreon-sponsored reaction video. And this one comes to you courtesy of British Intelligence. It was requested that I react to Jontron and Nostalgia Critic Foodfight by RobotGloves. So, yeah, apparently this is a mashup of Jontron and the Nostalgia Critic reviewing the movie Foodfight. So, yeah, sounds pretty interesting. I haven't seen either of the original reviews by either of these people. As I have said before, I was into the Nostalgia Critic for a while. I did watch all his videos up to a certain point, and I've only seen a few since then that I've reacted to. But I think he's pretty good most of the time. I mean, you can get too much of the guy, but for the most part, he's amusing enough. I'm not so familiar with Jontron. I've seen a few memes here and there, but I've never really explored his work all too deeply. So this will be the first time where I'm really getting a lot of Jontron. So we'll see what I think there. I also have seen the movie Foodfight. I actually have seen it. I know it's terrible, but I mean, I'm actually someone who enjoys seeking out really awful movies just for the fun of it. Though that one was a bit hard to take. I mean, I usually enjoy a good, bad movie, but Foodfight is not the room. It's pretty painful. Yeah, not really the best. So, but I do remember it. I do remember how bad it was, so that should make these two guys taking it apart all the more fun. And I'm interested to see how they compare and really how this works, how this whole mashup concept, how it all comes together. Though, yeah, let's get started and find out. Here we go. And starting with a critic.
Honey, I'm home.
Oh.
Oh, I forgot I'm
Is this the effect of Foodfight? Wow. Yeah, seems about right. Oh.
Good luck to you, man. I heard the Nazis would have used it if they ran out of bullets.
Oh.
Are you sure you want to review Foodfight? It's the first movie to ever get a -% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Really? I don't think that's possible, but...
This is the Irony Grocery Store. We were hoping to indulge your nervous breakdown by advertising a series of trigger products. Mr. Clean, Mrs. Buttersworth, and Starkist Tuna are all on sale this week. Grocery, a division of virtual...
Wow. Yeah, this is a reasonable response, actually. Wow. Nice. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. You poor man.
To all those critics, foolish enough to think that they can review Foodfight, I won't lie to you about your chances. You have my sympathies. It will not leave you the same way it found you. Its scars run deep. If there is anyone out there damn insane enough to try and take on this film, all I have to say is, be strong, be brave.
Wow.
That was
Okay,
loud
and
than I
now
was
Jontron.
expecting. I'm out of here.
Yeah.
Oh my God, sir, this is amazing. How long have you had this?
1 million years.
I'll take it.
Wow. Foodfight is a must.
What the hell is Foodfight? Why does
everybody want me to review it?
Well, according to our research, Foodfight is one of the worst, if not the worst, animated film of all time.
Worst? Like, worst?
It only came out last year, but it seems to be growing an underground following at a surprisingly rapid rate.
It's pretty notably bad.
This flop could be as popular as The Room and Birdemic combined.
It's not as good though. It's not as fun. It's not as.
Only a few online critics have reviewed it so far, which means its potential.
It's not something you enjoy watching.
Wait a minute. So you're saying that if I jump aboard the bandwagon before it even becomes a bandwagon, I could be one of the front runners of the bandwagon?
Potentially.
Well,
Wow.
if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna be at the center of one of the most popular bad anime films.
Yeah,
of all time.
you're gonna regret this.
I wouldn't be too hopeful, critic. Here's a video of the last person who tried to review this movie.
Oh.
Oh, I'm sure he's fine. Keep checking those numbers.
Okay.
Things you can do to indulge the brilliant intellectual minds I decided to write for you,
Grim.
son.
What?
And back to him.
This movie.
Dine's full.
Oh.
I am on a drug. It's called Charlie Sheen.
Yes.
Oh no. No, I know what this is. I thought they canned this thing over a decade ago. Well, sit tight, ladies and gentlemen, because we're about to have ourselves a food fight.
Well, it's a little hard to talk about this piece of shit without addressing its background.
This ill-fated film was the brainchild of Larry Kasanoff. It came out in the year 2012, and it features an all-star cast, including Charlie Sheen, Wayne Brady, Hilary Duff, Eva Longoria, and even Christopher Lloyd. There's only one catch here. The film was supposed to come out in 2003. In late 2002, all the film's files were reportedly stolen in what was quoted an act of industrial espionage. An entire movie, right down the drain.
They didn't intentionally lose it
At
at
this
all.
point, some people would give up. They'd say, that's the breaking point. We tried, team. Good job. Round up next week. But not Larry Kasanoff. He was not one to accept defeat willingly.
The next 10 years of this film's production cycle are shrouded in mystery, but one thing is known. They spent all of it trying to bring this film back to life like some sort of proverbial Frankenstein's monster. Perhaps it was because it just meant so much to them, or perhaps it was because they believed in it with hearts and minds.
Or maybe it had something to do with them sinking $65 million. Ladies and gentlemen of planet Earth, you can't make this shit up. I introduce you to Foodfight.
How unfortunate.
Film of all time.
65
I believe it.
million
Yeah.
Well, maybe it'll be like
It's,
Waterworld,
I mean,
like the very
paying all those
size and
people.
scale of the production.
I mean, you don't get Christopher Lloyd for free.
Let's find out by taking a look at Foodfight.
Good night, Mr. Leonard. Don't work too late now.
Just closing up. Nothing much happens around here after dark.
65 million.
Beautiful
folks.
animation.
Clearly the money is on the screen.
Uh-huh.
My God, look at this. Money going to something that's so shitty looking. What? Was somebody actually deranged enough to team up Uwe Boll and Tommy Wiseau as the budget accountants? The money laundering.
It all went to the actors.
Black hole.
This movie takes place in your average American supermarket, dubbed Marketropolis Market.
Redundant? Much redundant?
Just closing up. Nothing much happens around here after dark.
Now that is exactly what someone would say if something much does happen around here after dark. And
Yeah?
much it does happen. After dark, the supermarket transforms into a city? I'm pretty sure that's what happens. Well, you got a better answer? The first shot of this movie is just an unbroken, constant barrage of information. It's introducing all these characters, but none of them do or say anything significant. What's this? Who's this? Why is this happening? Oh, he's gone. Was that our main character?
No.
Guess he doesn't want to be here either. Maybe the main character is this terrifying dancing elephant.
Yeah,
Or this king
yeah.
frog. Or maybe it's his farts. Or maybe... Is that Mr. Clean? Did Mr. Clean just show up in my movie? Okay, let me get this straight. We are 2 minutes and 39 seconds into this movie. We haven't even seen the definitive main character yet, and Mr. Clean has already rolled up to the party, and they spent the joke about him getting dirty already.
Come on. Oh, goddamn. How do I
Wow.
turn this shit off? How do I turn
Yeah,
this
that's
shit off?
unfortunate.
Sweet release.
Yeah, it's not going to be that easy.
So here we finally meet our main character, Dex Dog Detective, voiced by Charlie Sheen.
Yeah.
Fat cat burglar.
I'm giving you one last chance to hand them over before I cash in your coupons for you.
So good to hear that voice coming out of that dog.
It is you, the great Dex detective, who's about to take a fall.
If I had a raisin for every time I've heard that one.
Honeybee, flower, mouse, cheese, dog,
Raisins?
Yeah.
What's wrong with that?
Hey, hairless hamsters. Want some of this?
And I know what you're thinking. Boy, have the Ratchet and Clank games really gone downhill. But actually, it's just Dex saving a bunch of kittens from a villain that, like in most bad movies, won't connect to anything else in the plot.
My mother would be so ashamed.
Okay, it's just you and me, fat cat. Now fork.
Wait a minute. What was that character's name?
Listen up, fat cat burglar. I'm giving you one last chance.
Okay,
And not
first of
really
all,
a cat.
Disney, sue something. Second, is the movie actually so stupid that it can't tell the difference between a rat and a cat? I mean, look at that thing. It's so fucking obviously a rat. $65
That's probably
million
supposed to be the
and they
joke,
can't even tell the
but
difference between a rat and a cat?
it's stupid.
Kind of a no-brainer you don't give $65 million to a person who would fail a Fisher-Price Barnyard Animals game.
The kitty cat goes.
I pooped myself.
Give him an extra grand for that.
It's just you and me, fat cat. Now fork over the little guys and no one gets hurt.
I'm gonna kill you.
Wow. We're just gonna go right there?
Yeah, that's kind of a bit.
how do we even broach this? Son of a bitch is falling out of the sky like a goddamn sarcophagus. Light as a feather, stiff as a board. And he sticks the landing.
Yeah. Wow.
That's the only 10 this movie's getting.
Nah, no worries. You can do it. As long as you got me to help you. Did I mention me?
Here we meet Dex's best friend, Daredevil Dan, a chocolate squirrel whose main character traits are broken motion capture and making Wayne Brady seem like he's not an actor.
Wow.
Who you talking to? Relax, bro. Oh, pizza. Yo, I told you, dog. Great idea. You my man.
Brought to you by the leftover racism from Transformers 2.
Oh.
Relax, bro. We're talking about sunshine goodness. You could give her a Cracker Jack ring and she'd still say yes.
Who's his sweetheart?
I knew you'd find
Oh.
me.
Fuck is that?
Oh.
Scariness is apparently Sunshine Goodness, played by Hilary Duff. A cat mascot for Raisins created by a designer who clearly has to ask himself more questions about his sexuality.
Hungry, tough guy?
Hiya, kitten.
How about we get Chef Boyardee to make us a huge, feast-amongst dinner?
And yes, I too realize that she looks much more like a human and practically nothing like a cat. Are cats hard to draw?
Yeah.
Did a cat
I mean,
snub
just
you at a party?
cat
so you
girls are
refuse
popular.
To portray them on any form of film?
Gotta love anime.
I just want to point out that this magical melon ball exists on the top layer of this reality at all times. That's some good sweatshop CGI there. What did they film this movie on? Microsoft Connect?
The food bank. This is.
Oh.
Am I dead yet?
So here's a little something I had to figure out for myself about this movie.
It is essential to understanding the central concepts in this film.
It is never directly referred to at all, not even once. You see, the characters all refer to themselves as Ikes, because they are all, in their own words, icons of a brand of grocery store product, which I guess would explain Mr. Clean from earlier. I don't know, maybe it's a coincidence, who knows. From now on, I'm gonna go by Jet. I'm not gonna tell you why, just figure it out, dick. So, before Dex can pop the question, Sunshine B's a total bitch and walks off into the sunset, even though it's completely obvious that he's about to pop the question.
Don't worry. It ain't like it's the last time you're ever gonna see sunshine again.
That's the last time we're seeing sunshine, isn't it?
May I help you?
You must be Leonard, the manager. I'm your new brand X representative.
Yeah.
I wasn't expecting you.
Oh God.
Corporate picture.
I forgot how terrible this looked.
Detergent.
Brand X, huh? Never heard of it.
Give us 1 week. Your customers won't know how they live without brand X.
This went from submitting a stick figure to an art museum embarrassing to shitting your pants in front of Pixar claiming it's a magnum opus embarrassing. Though we'll see how that turns out. What the fuck's going on here?
Oh, I'll make space. It's practically.
That's just kind of uncomfortable.
Was it really somebody's dream to give a personality to mask number 5 from The Dark Knight?
No!
Would you trust a guy if he was selling something and looked and acted like this?
Colleague, can I interest you in my product? It's called evil poison bites death. Oh, come. We'll provide your business with the wholesome, attractive image of Satan's anus that it so desperately needs.
Be honest, I came on too strong, didn't I?
I might make a comment here, but I'm genuinely worried he might actually have a disability. And then who looks like the bad guy? I mean, okay, this guy's still a little bit the bad guy in the movie, but that mostly me. Mostly John.
No one wastes me chips and gets away with it. Brand X will pay. Arr.
So wait, the chips can also see and talk when we're in the supermarket reality? When does the city reality become the supermarket reality? Is there a divide here? When does it transition from them walking around to being a bag of chips on the shelf? Is this like Toy Story rules, or is this like the Fountain rules, where there's no rules?
Oh, God help us, I think this is Fountain rules.
It's been 6 months since Sunshine's disappearance, and we find Dex moping in his office because he's an asshole and lost his girlfriend. Dan tries to cheer him up with some good old-fashioned practicality.
You got a club to run, and you can bet the Copa Banana's gonna be.
His mouth doesn't even sync up. They didn't even try there. What's he doing with his legs? Look at his legs! Why are they constantly moving around like that? It's like if FDR came back to life and tried to show everyone what legs do.
Of course I can provide you with a backstage pass to the Copa Banana.
So much wonderful animation here.
Dex, what a pleasant surprise.
Oh, is that a poop rat?
Is
that a poop rat?
I don't know.
What? What is it? Am I threatening you? You threatening me? Who's a threat here?
You despise me, don't you?
Bad touch! Bad touch! Stranger danger!
So, after a series of Orwellian horrors, we arrive at the Copa Banana, the talk of the town club that Dex runs. Oh yeah, and tits on a bird too, as well?
Of course. Oh.
Monster, let me see those melons.
Wow.
Now that is some dancing that's gonna get you laid, let me tell you about it.
Yeah.
Have I been eating too many raisins, or is that the California raisins?
I think it
Charlie
is.
The Sun-Kissed Tuna? Mrs. Buttersworth? Well, wait, Mr. Clean is back?
This movie's just a giant product placement.
Pretty much.
Wait a second. Even on the front cover, the main characters are taking a back seat to the product placement.
Oh my God, this is despicable.
Gotta try to get back some of that money somehow.
Because they had the rights to all these identifiable brand names? Was it for the payout?
Who would do something like that? That's despicable. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to blow off some steam with my Hot or Not app.
Where you can rate your friends, match up, and even chat.
Peanut Butter Gamer, is he hot or not? Yeah, that's hot. Jacques, whew, baby, that's hot. Dinosaur Bones? Well, I don't know about that. They've been in the ground for a while. Not.
The funny thing is that the people who obviously said no to using their product icons in this movie all have really ugly, really bitter substitutes that, I guess, are trying to stick it back to the people who denied the use of their image. Like, this is their version of Chiquita Banana.
Do I look like the Dairy Queen to you?
And this is obviously supposed to be the Keebler Elves.
Yeah.
The Brawny Man. And gee, a chocolate cereal vampire? I wonder who that's supposed to be.
Chocolate vampire used to have cards.
Looking pretty good for biting it.
Most of them are portrayed as either stupid, ugly, or not very helpful. It's kind of like the movie's way of saying, oh yeah, you missed out, guys. You too could have been in a movie where farting is the highlight and people trip into other people's butts. I think we know who the losers are in this deal. Give him another grand. And I guess the representative of Brand X in this world is Lady X. A supposedly sexy seductress with the dead, lifeless eyes of a plastic doll and a personality just as interesting to match.
Voiced by Eva Longoria, whose dashing looks cause a stir in the club.
Foodfight! We got one! We got one, ladies and gentlemen!
Okay.
Finally free. What year is it?
Well, it's 2014. Who are you, though?
I've been trying to finish this movie for decades. You made it past the 20-minute mark? I can
Wow.
never get past the part where the squirrel shits out of his eyes.
Mr. Clean, Mr. Clean.
Quick, hide! He'll be coming for us! Oh God! It's him! It's him!
What the hell?
That's what he does! He raises your level of cleanliness to impossible levels of upkeep! Banana split! Let's blow this popsicle stand! Kumquats! I don't know, whatever!
Well, that just sort of happened to me. I mean, I didn't even participate in that.
Yeah.
It was cool, though.
Time for banana split
I
out of my
forgot to
club.
mention, every scene that has Dex in it has to end in a bad pun. And I know what you're thinking. Oh, Nostalgia Critic, you say every about everything. But no, literally, every scene ends with a bad pun.
My problems are just a hill of coffee beans. Let's snap, crackle, and pop at it. How the ho-hos can this be happening? I don't know if I can cut the mustard. I've got a bone to pick with this guy. Holy chips. It sure does a body good.
Some of them don't even make a lick of sense.
Let's strawberry jam out of here.
Well, it's Charlie Sheen.
And the only thing more demeaning than that is all the sexual innuendos. Oh yeah, there's a ton of those in this.
Yeah.
I want to scrub your bubbles, Dex.
She's got a real sweet tooth for chocolate. You already eat through to his hollow center? Are those melons real? Dan's your man. Melts in your mouth, not in your hand.
It warms my heart the way you love my raisins, tough guy.
Because a movie like this clearly needs that adult edge for the audience. They're obviously
Yeah, definitely.
What can I say? Chicks dig chocolate.
like there's some grown-up somewhere watching this movie with their kids saying, well, I was gonna turn this off and not expose my child to such a piece of shit, but then it acknowledged I'm a pervert in a way that my kid won't understand. This movie gets me.
Yeah.
Innuendos are so many and so strange, you have to wonder if the director had some sort of other sexual agenda on his mind.
Crying over spilled milk.
This is a fetish film. The cat lady, and the fact that every outfit this woman wears, even a dominatrix would say is too silly. Fetish film. And by the way, plaid gloves? Really? The design is so weird that creates the illusion that her hands are on backwards. On top of that, it looks like her arm is melting in Al Borland's shirt. Is this actually a popular thing and I just never noticed?
As the story goes on, and by story going on I mean becoming a fever dream, Brand X are setting up shop in Marketropolis Market in an attempt to push out all the other Ikes from the supermarket. Bad things start to happen around town, including the deaths of some of the company mascots themselves. Realizing his town needs help, Dex finally snaps out of his depression and decides to look into things further.
I still got it.
Yeah.
So Dex decides it's time to go get some answers from the street.
Everybody seems to be searching.
Oh my god, is Dix talking? Is Dix talking? Is Dix talking? Game over!
Perhaps a reward for the reckless rodent?
Tell me you wouldn't be shocked if they went that direction.
But this dish is extra spicy.
Yeah, something else you'll notice is the motion capture arm acting.
Yeah.
I guess because the expressions in this movie are non-existent, all the acting comes through how much the characters awkwardly wave their arms. It's like watching C-3PO have a seizure, but even he somehow would have more expression on his face than these guys.
Oh, you have to help me, Dex, before I go bald! Not that bald isn't beautiful!
All too D2, we're all too.
What a surprise. We find out Eva's character has been running with the Brand X boys the whole time, and all she wants is Dex to join her in her evil plot for supermarket domination. Also, she's a Nazi.
Oh yeah, I I forgot about that part.
What the f***? They're building an entire army of robotic exobites.
What the hell is an exobite? The lore is rich in this world, let me tell you. They expect you to know the source material going in, alright? Study up. It's a matter of respect.
So Dex and Dan go to get some answers from, you won't believe this, another scary demon of hell.
Oh.
God!
Why not Dr. Pepper, Dr. Anybody but me?
I'm just gonna close my eyes and pray it goes away.
Elixir.
Brand X daytime!
No, it only got worse.
Discontinue, no!
Well, at least they're not pulling the ultimate insult by giving him a stereotypical Jewish accent.
But it's in the expiration station, and at the other end of the store. Now you'd never make it there before the supermarket opens. It's daytime!
Are there any other groups you like to insult? I mean, the human race is so vast and full of variety, I'm sure you can find the black face of every single person on the planet. In fact, why even focus on a group? Why not just show us ugliness in any shape or form?
Well, that's kind of what it's doing.
Don't even give a reason. Just use it in this scene where they now physically exist in the store, again adding no continuity to how the fuck this world works. And just throw in whatever terrible, ungodly thing comes out of your head.
Oh, God. Oh, wow.
Oh my God, I get it! I totally get it now! This movie is punishment for me to repent all the terrible things I've done in my life! Alright, if it'll stop you from scaring the living animal Jesus out of me, I'll confess! I'll confess! I was the one who canceled Firefly!
Oh.
God! Oh, God!
Yeah?
The world's horrible. Go back to the supermarket world.
Ugh.
Huge mistake. Supermarket world's just as bad.
So we're like halfway through this movie. I don't even understand how there's another half, by the way. And the confused writers are still throwing new characters at us out of the blue, such as this bat pervert who has the hots for chocolate people.
Is that the enticing scent of rich, creamy chocolate? Are you chocolate? Are you made of chocolate? Really?
Yeah.
So they decide to get all the brands together to stop the evil Lady X and her Brand X army. But not before her head of the guards tries to shut down the Cocoa Banana.
Brand X, it's simple and plain. Brand X, it's different but all the same.
But Dex comes in and starts singing their triumphant song, the French national anthem.
Yeah.
Brand X, it's simple and plain.
We protect and proudly serve ourselves.
Gee, this scene looks familiar. In a way that, unless you saw the original movie, this would make absolutely no sense whatsoever. And it's extremely unlikely any little kid would have seen this movie, so this probably makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. If you haven't guessed it yet, they're clearly paying homage to Barbed Wire. Look, I know it's Pamela Anderson's greatest performance, but it's unlikely most children have viewed its genius.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so.
We eventually end up at the climactic showdown between the Brand X guys and the Ikes. And what it ends up being is a 35-minute long, seriously, 35-minute long sequence of a grand scale war between Brand X and the Ikes. Nay, not a war.
Food!
Oh, we're doing this again? Confetti saved up.
He's on the roof. Get him.
Literally, this just goes on and on and on and on. It's just the same shot over and over and over of people falling over and over and over.
Wow.
Wow. Absolutely outstanding detail. Surely they must have asked Pixar to do this breathtaking work of genius.
Yeah. Looks
Actually,
very
they
pissed.
did. And after reading the script, not only did they send this terrible animation as a joke, but they also attached a handwritten note saying, "Go fuck yourself."
Wow.
But the director was so lazy, he used the clip anyway. And wow, look at this amazingness. Surely they must have asked DreamWorks to have this incredible work done.
Yeah.
Actually, they did. And after they read the script, they sent them this spit-in-the-face render, while also sending out a picture of Spielberg, Katzenberg, and Jeffen all mooning the camera and giving the finger. But again, the director was too lazy, so he used the clip anyway. Wow. Unbelievable wow. Surely such epic magnitude must have been asked to be done by Blue Sky Studios. Actually, they did! And they asked
Again?
it to turn it into a horrible franchise.
Oh.
Don't be shocked if you see this coming soon to a theater.
Wow, someone Not a fan of Blue Sky Studios, huh?
For soon I'll have you sitting up and begging for mercy.
Oh.
Exobites, fly!
Launch out of my badge! There's enough fetish fuel!
Yeah!
Dan and the others try taking flight to stop her as Dan...
M&M chocolate.
Look, here's a $65 million comedy. Perhaps you'd like to do something funny with it. So Dex makes it to Lady X's headquarters and discovers, big fucking shock, that she was behind Sunshine's disappearance the whole time.
I'll just leave you to it.
Raisins, Dex!
Sunshine gets her hands untied, throws a raisin to Dex, which he uses as a weapon, so he can untie the hands we clearly just saw she untied herself.
Oh. Well, this isn't very much fun, is it? I think I just wet myself. It feels rather nice.
Yeah, I think you might be onto something.
I'm sorry. I thought you were...
I'm here. We're together.
Oh.
I never stopped believing in you, Dex.
Did she go blind since the last time we
Oh,
saw
no.
her? I don't think she's looked him in the face once during this.
I never stopped believing in you, Dex.
It is Dex, right? Unless Scooby-Doo took steroids and somehow fought his speech impediment. But the spastic 80s rocker enters their world. Or was he always part of the world? Or is he sometimes in the world and sometimes not? Or is this all just some sort of unique punishment program they use in the Matrix? And the entire town decides they have to bring him down. And now, finally, we learn the big, disturbing, shocking twist. The villain of the movie the whole time was the villain of the movie.
Yeah.
You built yourself a human robot and recalled Sunshine, then you stole her essence to make your elixir for Brand X.
No.
All anyone ever wanted was that sweet sunshine goodness. No one bought my beautifully genetically giant prunes.
But how did you get in and out of the store? You're an Ike.
Perhaps if I do more ballerina twirls, the answer will become clear.
When you look like this, you can get them to do anything. But enough about me. Let's kill you!
Yeah, that makes sense.
They won't hit her. Not now, not never.
But I will.
Should I call this movie Catfight?
Wow.
Because she's a cat.
Yeah, we
Oh, I see. So the hot girl was actually ugly all along. Not just inside, but outside too. Well, that's a relief because now there's absolutely no hang-ups about hating her.
All I really wanted was you.
How true.
Well, you and world domination.
Frankly, my dear, I don't give a spam.
You know what just hit me? This is the movie that turned Charlie Sheen insane.
Possibly. That's a good theory.
He constantly had to be called back for redos, and if you had to return to this for 10 fucking years in a row, wouldn't it kind of make sense that you would start talking like this?
It was epic. The run I was on made Sinatra, Flynn, Jagger, Richards, all of them just look like droopy-eyed, armless children.
Good job, Foodfight. Good job. So Sunshine agrees to marry Dex. A last-minute message is thrown in for no reason.
We saved each other because the secret is inside. Inside all...
Ugly people never win! That's the moral of the story, guys.
And just when you think you're allowed to flee this cauldron of eye rape, they decide there's so much more funny they need to get out.
I want to see what's under that hat.
Oh.
I love you, kitten.
We see things so much clearer.
Hilarious. So that was Foodfight.
Oh, for a minute there, I almost felt a tear. Why are you afraid to express your emotions?
Charming. So that was Foodfight.
I'm warm. No, wait. Yeah, no, I'm still a little cold. Here on the bright side.
Nicely done. So that was Foodfight.
You really cut the cheese on that, Lieutenant Duck?
Shut up! Shut up! Every second you speak is killing something I used to love inside of me. Will you please?
Wow.
Just shut up! God! This is awful!
it is.
I'd much rather read the credits like I'm reading a memoriam of poor people who dedicated their
God.
lives to this horribleness. All adding up to shit. $65 million of shit. I think something much more horrendous and disrespectful had to pull its energy together and make something so awful. It's done. It's finished. My magnum opus for the horny, furry S&M fan fiction forum is finally complete. All I have to do is submit it. Oh no! I just sent it to my big shot agent in Hollywood. I'm ruined. Why the hell do they want $65 million for it? This is the worst animated film I have ever seen. Hands down, no comparison.
Yeah?
Its scars are left deep inside of me. Why did I do it? For you. I did it for you. Because I know that I have seen the worst. I know that no other form of animation will ever be worse than Foodfight.
Well, I mean,
because of that, I know for
don't know if you want to say
that
that.
this film
I mean, it's
will forever
probably true.
in the history books always be seen as passé.
Yep, since you started the review, the movie's popularity has already died out.
Wow.
That was a fucking half hour ago.
Well, that's practically 5 years in internet time.
Yes, people knew it was going to be the next popular thing to mock.
So they decided not to mock it at all.
Wait, so the popularity of something can fade even before it becomes popular?
Mm-hmm. We call it the hipster effect.
Wow.
Knowing something is going to be ironically cool suddenly makes it traditionally cool.
So, to be ahead of the curve, they decided to not even make it ironically cool.
Hell, even thinking about it probably cuts its lifespan in half.
So you're telling me that sitting through all this misery, the worst animated film of all time was?
A complete waste of time.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, buddy.
And there's nothing I can do about it?
Not unless you want to somehow do a review of the Attorney General of Crimea.
She is on fire right now. Oh, she is adorable.
She is.
Eat her up.
Oh, look, she smiled.
I guess some things you just never forget. Some scars never heal. I don't even like you. When I take time to put you in a goddamn log, it's bullshit. I'm getting out of here.
Yeah, all these poor people. It's a good question. It's a good question to leave off on. Yeah, I'd almost, like, actually forgotten just how terrible this was. I mean, I watched it and I thought it was terrible, and I mean, I have a good threshold for terribleness for movies. I like a lot of the bad ones, but I didn't like this. So now I remember why. I remember just how awful, how just painful to watch this was, and how completely devoid of anything worthwhile, and just how completely weird and I mean, I'd forgotten all the sexual stuff. I'd forgotten all the weird the Nazis, and just it's like, what the hell? Like, what were they even thinking? I don't know. But very, very good reviews. I think my requester here kind of actually managed 2 videos in a way. But I mean, it was a mashup. It was actually well done. So I guess it works. I mean, don't make a habit of doing this stuff where we take 2 videos and combine them. But I mean, in this case, I think it was fine. And it was a good introduction to Jontron, who I've never really watched before. He was pretty funny. I think the critic topped him here. I think this was really good material for the critic, and he just got me rolling with laughter at a couple parts. Though, yeah, Jontron, he was consistent too, and had a good outlook on it. And he was, I mean, he was more having fun with it, I think, to an extent. They were both pretty just like traumatized by the badness, but he was more rolling with it, and the critic just was like, just bothered by it to a very real extent, I think. But it was funny. It was fun. I don't know. Yeah, this was the mocking that this film deserved, I guess, and a really, really good video. So thank you for requesting that, British Intelligence, and if you have a video that you want me to watch, go check out my Patreon. If you back me at the $20 level, you can pick one video each month, and I'll react to it. It just can't be too long, can't be something I've already seen. Other than that, most anything will do. So yeah, hope you liked the reaction, let me know if you did, and see you in the next one.